These Yankee injuries, I mean, I don't even know what to say anymore. It's like, is this real life? Is this a joke? Because after last season, it seemed like, hey, nothing could get worse than this injury-wise, right? But then the 2020 season was like, hey, watch this. And it's just crazy the amount of injuries that happened last year in 2019 at the end of the season or towards the end of the season that are an issue right now. It kind of blows my mind. It's like the 2019 season was like, hey, one last gift for me right here. Let me give you guys one last gift in spring training right here. And it's insane. So let's talk about this Judge injury, because honestly, I think people might be freaking out a little too much, to be honest with you. I've been a little over optimistic, I feel. Nowhere did it ever cross my mind that Sevy would need Tommy John. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. Like, oh, a pitcher's injured, they don't know what's wrong. Oh, like, Tommy John should have came to my mind, but it didn't. I was just like, oh, I think he'll be okay, yeah. Oh, no, it didn't work out like that. Aaron Judge has had what seems like all the tests in the world done to him. Now we know he has a stress fracture in his rib. Aaron Boone said it is believed he fractured it or stress fractured it diving for a ball in September, and that he's going to rest for 2 weeks and that surgery is not ruled out. But if you actually listen to the press conference, you'll see that he only talked about surgery when a reporter asked, hey, is rest the only treatment for this? He said no, surgery, it's not ruled out, but it doesn't necessarily make sense to do it now because they do see some healing in the rib, which is good. That's key, I feel. Their surgery, which is crazy, it sounds disgusting, is they actually take the rib out, which is like, oh, like, it just makes me gag. Okay, but listen, I think some people are freaking out a little too much about this on Twitter. I see people saying, oh, just get the surgery now, get it over with, blah, 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 like, we know he's gonna have to get surgery. But if Boone said the test showed some healing, then why not wait the 2 weeks? You know what I mean? Taking out your rib seems really intense and probably painful and bleh. So when I first heard about this injury, I went on Safari and I typed in, how long does a rib stress fracture take to heal? And the first thing that came up said this: every athlete wants to know how long the injury will take to heal. Unfortunately, there is no way to know for certain when the injury will be fully recovered. But most rib stress fractures will heal within 3 months, although some may take 6 months or even longer if athletes don't allow the ribs to adequately rest. So obviously, no, I'm not a doctor, and yes, the internet isn't always the best place to look for medical advice, but for the people saying, oh, Aaron Judge was resting this whole offseason, how is it just gonna get better now? The thing is, no, he wasn't just resting this offseason. No athlete just rests in the offseason. They need to work out to get better, to stay in shape. Working out is an important part of their offseason. So this rib wasn't resting. And this thing from the internet says, you know, the rib won't heal fast if it's not, like, getting rest, if it's not resting. Boone is saying the injury happened in September. 6 months from September is this month, March. So if Judge rested throughout the whole offseason, didn't do any workouts or anything, it still could have, you know, just healed right now. What I'm saying is, let's see what happens when he's actually not doing anything. If they've already seen some healing in the rib, let's see what happens as he continues to rest. I just think the statement, oh, get surgery now because you know you're gonna have to get it, and just jumping into surgery like that is kind of silly when he actually hasn't been resting. And rest is a thing that's needed for the injury to heal. Yes, it's going to suck not seeing Aaron Judge out there playing. He's probably my favorite player on the Yankees, so I love watching him play. But give him the time he needs to heal. That's all I'm saying. It's probably going to be more than 2 weeks of him being out. He probably won't pick up a bat, I feel like, for at least, I don't even want to put a number on it, but more than 2 weeks. So just give him the time he needs to rest. Let's see if this rib can heal. And yeah, that's all I got for this video, guys. Make sure you drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace out.